Good morning, Team Indy. Happy Wednesday. I hope all of you are ready for your spring break and you're able to enjoy it with friends, family, even on this rainy day. And tomorrow it's supposed to snow. Sometimes in Pittsburgh, we can't make these things up. But today, you are first going to start off by opening up the slides, typing your name right there. So delete the type name here, put your name. For example, if I was someone in Mrs. Haddock's class, I'd put 208 at the end. First name, last name, we'll put Gunner. I'm just going to put Gunner's initials. Okay? Nice and neat. Your name, type it in. Then please remember that this is a link. This is Chapter 9 area practice slides. If you click that, you will be taken over to a few slides that go back to the book, IXLs, FlowCab, quizzes, some videos in case you're getting mixed up on certain areas. But remember, at your specific times, I'll be on the Google Meet Lives for you to join in, ask questions. You can get this done before then, but I just want to let you know that that will be there for your option and discretion if you need help. So second page just shows the different formulas that you will need to use. These 5 right here are your main 5, okay? So area A, area, these are all your areas. Remember, there are other formulas you can use that we've talked about. Some of you are also more comfortable with some other ones that you've maybe been taught in previous years, or you just have created on your own, which work, and we've practiced them. The last 3 shapes deal with volume. That's what that V stands for here. Surface area. Okay. Remember, surface area, if this is a box of tissues, that's all that cardboard that's need to be made. The volume is how many tissues can go inside of it. Okay. So refer back to this page. Now, the next 3 pages. So this page here, we're going to talk about in the video. We'll do a couple of them together. Second page, so 5 and 6. And then this third page, this is what you're going to be completing today. Now, again, if you have it open, you're watching the video or listening to the video, I'm going to be explaining some of the different answers for these. So you really won't have 9 problems to do unless you want to complete it all on your own. And then you could come back, hit submit, and then I'm going to have an answer key that'll kind of show you how I ended up getting all of the different answers. Remember, I may do it a little bit differently when finding the area for some of these. That's okay. It's more or less if we're good to go on, all right, did we explain it? Did we show how we ended up getting 52 centimeters squared or whatever this number is going to be in the end? Now, the last few pages, put a different focus on, it says right there, type name extra. Okay, so this is optional, meaning you do not need to do this. This is optional. And same with this last page. This is optional. Okay, it's extra. This is something that we're going to talk about eventually, but some of you might want to go on to this to see, oh, okay, now I see why we're looking at these figures that are opened up already. Now we can close them up. These are surface area using nets. So if we were to look at, let's just say this one right here, if we fold up these 4 triangles to the top, okay, and fold them all up in, what shape would you make? Okay, so you look down here, if number 3, if you fold in this and this and then fold these all around, you're going to get something that you might be familiar with. Now, again, last 2 pages, extra optional. You can do that on your own. You could still submit it through here. You could do maybe a couple, take a picture, put it on here. But what we're going to start out with today is just a review of area and perimeter. So for the first 2, find the perimeter of each polygon. Perimeter, remember, add all sides. Add all sides. And when you're adding all sides, if this side over here is 5, I sometimes will color coordinate these. This side's going to be 5, okay? And then if this is 14 up here, well, this is going to be 14 down here. Okay. You can add it up any way you want. Sometimes it's easier to find numbers that are like go together. So in this case, I'm going to look at the two fives. 5 plus 5, which equals 10. And then the 14 and the 14, which is 28. Well, 10 plus 28 or 28 plus 10 is 38. Okay? So 38 feet is the perimeter. Now, the number model, if you wanted to do it, there's a couple different ways you could look at it. You could you could draw it out. So there's 5, and then you have your 5, and you'd need 14 rows of that. That's one way. One way or the other, it's going to be 38 as your perimeter. But the number model they're just looking for is 5 plus 5 plus 14 plus 14. And there's your answer. So for this next one, you're going to want to add all sides. Make sure you add up the correct sides. The only missing portion is this right area. So before we even look at that, I'm going to change up my color. We notice that this top portion of it is 10. So if I go down below, this is 2 and this is 8. So 2 plus 8 is 10. So, all right, I see that end. On the left side, it's 12. And actually, this is 12. Well, we know this is 7 right here. How much further is it to go up? Well, 12 and 7. So I'm going to have to subtract those two numbers. Gets 5. So this is 5. Now, again, we're just looking for perimeter. You're wanting to add up all sides. So I'm going to go around. I'm going to start over here. You start wherever you want, but make sure you get all the numbers. So 12 plus 10 plus 5 plus 8 plus 7 plus 2. So you're going to want to add up all those and then put your answer right below there. So right down below. Okay. 3 and 4 are area. Now, sometimes it's easier to count all the boxes. You could try and do that method. Sometimes you're just going to want to cut off spaces or cut them into pieces because you're not going to have this graph paper. So for number 3, yes, you could count all the boxes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Double check it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 square units. Or some of you may try and cut this off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is 5 by 1. So 5 times 1 is 5. This is 2 by 1. 2 times 1 is 2. And then this one is 2 by 2. And 2 times 2 is 4. So I'm going to just highlight the areas. 4, 2, 5. And when you add those up, it still becomes that 11 at the beginning that you added up. But remember, you're not always going to have this graph paper set up nice and easy for you. Also, if you're looking at the one to the right here, you're not always going to have it spaced out evenly in the sense of if they're cutting it in half here, okay? Sometimes they might cut it here. So just focus on that. Now, if I'm looking at the second one, I would go ahead and cut it up, okay? Maybe you're going to look at different, I'm going to set this up. Maybe I'm going to look at this as here is a square, a 3 by 3 square, and then I have 2 trapezoids. This one can go a lot of different ways. Maybe you're going to want to try to count up the squares. When doing so, make sure, I'm going to count up all of the whole squares. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So I have 16 whole ones, something like 16 whole squares. Now, how many halves do I have? Or triangles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 6 of these. Well, you could realize that this triangle and this triangle, if we put them together, If this was to turn down there, that would make another square or rectangle, however we want to look at it. So for every 2 triangles, it equals 1 of these boxes. So if we have 6 of them, 6 divided by 2 is 3. And then you'd add your 3 whole up to 16, giving us 19 square units. And if you do this a different way, that's fine. Just explain it, show it, okay? Let us know. You can always take audio clips and plug them into these slides. Now, number 5, draw a rectangle with an area of 16 square units and a perimeter of 20. That's on your own. Okay, maybe you're going to try different ones out. Maybe do 2 different ones, 1 on each side. Number 6, Mr. Tower is tiling a bathroom floor. The room is 8 feet wide and 10 feet long. How many 1 square foot tiles does he need to cover the floor? Show or explain how you got your answer. So the tiles are 1 square foot, meaning one little tile is 1 foot by 1 foot, or 12 inches by 12 inches. Okay, that's right here. You are going to want to probably draw just a little sketch. It doesn't have to be off to a different page. It could be on this page or in your notebook of a room that is 10 feet wide by 8 feet long. 8 feet wide by 10 feet long. So go ahead and create that and then show or explain how you got your answer. Last but not least, these are the different formulas. If you want, go back to that second page and use it. Use the other formulas. Picture might help you a little bit more, but you need to find using measure with a centimeter ruler. Now, hold on. I'm going to just give you some numbers for this one. All right. So this is going to be 3 centimeters by 8 centimeters. Down below here, the height is going to be 10 centimeters by 25 centimeters. I'll say this is going to be 13 centimeters over here. And then last but not least, we'll go with height is going to be 7 centimeters. And the base will be, I don't know, 12 centimeters. So that you don't have to actually, if you have a ruler at home, you could do this with a centimeter. You could measure it. Obviously, it's going to be different if you zoom in and zoom out, but that's your call. If you print it out, it might be a lot easier, but you don't have to print this out. All right, Team Indy, I will be on the Google Meets for your specified times. Send over questions. Have a wonderful break. Toodles.